In the 1970s, the oil embargo caused people to look to the sun to solve their energy needs. And to protect you, the consumer, the Florida legislature created the Florida Solar Energy Center, also known as FSEC, in 1975 to test and certify solar hot water systems before they could be installed on your roof. FSEC was established as a research institute of the University of Central Florida. Eventually, the Solar Energy Center expanded their efforts into researching and developing energy-efficient homes, thin-film photovoltaics, which are lightweight solar to electric materials, alternative fuels, and educating and training the workforce. That brings us to today, where FSEC's current mission remains the same: to test and certify solar equipment, research, educate, and train.
Hello, I'm Jim Fenton, Director of the Florida Solar Energy Center. How is FSEC making a bright future for Florida? Well, how about cutting your energy bills by making your home more efficient? Researching alternative fuels, such as hydrogen, for the economy of the future. Inspiring young minds to develop creative energy innovations that we've yet to dream. We at the Florida Solar Energy Center are doing all that. Now, let's start with your electric bill.
With unstable fuel prices and 51% of Florida's electrical energy being consumed by your home, it's easy to see how important it is to make our buildings as energy efficient as possible. It was FSEC's building research that led to the nation's first zero-energy home, located in Lakeland, Florida. A zero-energy home produces as much energy as it uses when averaged over a year. And saving money on home energy costs helps everyone, but makes an even bigger difference to low-income homeowners. That's why FSEC is working with Habitat for Humanity to incorporate energy efficiency in the design of their new homes. Manufactured home builders, traditional new building contractors, and ultimately consumers are benefiting from FSEC's research as well. This is accomplished through our partnership with the U.S. Department of Energy's Building America program. Research at the Florida Solar Energy Center goes beyond industry and also innovates consumer products. The Gossamer Wind Ceiling Fan is UCF's most productive patent. More than 1 million ceiling fans have been sold, saving the citizens of Florida more than $20 million annually. Some of FSEC's patents have benefited industry as well. Smart Tape increases the safety of working around hydrogen by providing visual leak detection of this colorless and odorless gas, a definite benefit for NASA. And now we are developing a process to produce liquid hydrocarbon fuels from Florida-grown biomass. This will allow Florida to keep millions of dollars in the state for local jobs. Achieving clean, reliable, and cost-effective fuel cells for both your car and your house is another goal we're working towards while leading a U.S. Department of Energy team. We've also been helping to expand photovoltaics in the marketplace, leading the U.S. Department of Energy's Photovoltaic Southeast Regional Experiment Station, one of 2 in the nation since 1982. PV has now grown more than 30% per year for the last decade. And now we're helping to make our power grid more conducive to PV system integration by leading a U.S. Department of Energy team to establish a smart grid. Another successful product developed by FSEC is Energy Gauge software. It provides easy and accurate calculation of energy use and demand in residential buildings. FSEC provides extensive continuing education and training in photovoltaic and solar water heating system installation. Because half of Florida's power consumption comes from residential buildings, FSEC's training of home energy raters helps reduce energy waste and save consumers money. These trained professionals determine the most cost-effective and appropriate methods to increase a home's energy efficiency. We are training weatherization inspectors who provide free energy efficiency upgrades for low-income families through a partnership with the Florida Department of Community Affairs. FSEC has provided train-the-trainer instruction to community colleges around the state, enabling them to expand Florida's workforce in renewable energy. Retrofitting our homes and installing solar energy on our roofs will put Florida back to work and increase our wealth. The Energy Center is also educating K-12 teachers and students alike. We provide professional development for teachers, energy curricula for multiple grade levels, hands-on study trips for students, and statewide energy competitions for student teams. the Junior Solar Sprint, a model solar car competition for middle school students, the Hydrogen Sprint, a model fuel cell car competition for high school students, Energy Innovations, a design competition using full-scale electric panels for middle and high school students, and the Solar Energy Cook-Off for 4th through 8th graders. These are all part of FSEC's annual Energy Whiz Olympics. The future depends on our kids being more energy efficient and using more alternative energy than we do. Both of these traits are a part of FSEC's Sun Smart Schools program, funded by the Florida Energy Office. Nearly 50 schools around the state have already installed photovoltaic or PV arrays to help supplement electricity. And these systems are monitored, providing data for students to analyze and better understand PV systems. A couple of the schools have larger systems to provide power to the emergency shelter in a disaster. At least 90 more emergency disaster shelter schools are on the horizon. Imagine if all the emergency disaster shelters in Florida had PV systems.
So, now you know. The Florida Solar Energy Center is more than just solar. We are putting our workers back to work, upgrading the value of our homes, making them more energy efficient. We are developing alternative fuels to provide transportation for the future. We are creating a bright future for Florida that will benefit generations to come.